Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. The Filipina's parents don't always want her to marry a foreigner. I have started a playlist called Straight Talk to Western Men about Filipinas to talk briefly about some aspects of a foreigner-Filipino relationship that are overlooked or misunderstood. Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea, where I have a channel to provide encouragement and help men seeking a relationship with a Filipina leading to marriage. I think that's where the fun is, as well as the risk. You can use the notification bell to get the updates for the latest videos. You should go where you're wanted. For me, that was the Philippines. Now, have you considered how a Filipina's parents might feel about her daughter marrying a foreigner, maybe an older foreigner? It is possible that some families encourage this, which would be unfair to the Filipina because then she wouldn't be allowed to pursue a Filipino. The family sees the foreigner as a way out of poverty, or at least a way to put themselves in a much better position. In this case, the Filipina is being used. Obviously, this is not a good choice for the foreign man because it isn't of her own will, and there may be more pressure than usual from her family to get money from this guy. It would be easy to assume from a foreigner's standpoint that every Filipina's parents would jump for joy to learn their daughter has gotten serious with a foreign man, but that would be false. I know my wife's mother wasn't thrilled that her daughter was marrying a foreigner, and I don't blame her. We got married in only 54 days, so it is possible, even knowing her daughter was online from home with me, that she was still caught by surprise. My wife is on the private side, and I could see her not saying much about our relationship until I was coming out to meet her and the family and have a wedding ceremony. Her mother felt like if she had her druthers, her daughter wouldn't be leaving. I could take that personally and feel like I was being disrespected and judged, but her mother has a right to her own opinion. She didn't know me. Her English was not so great, so she has to communicate with my wife about me. And back then, when we got married, she simply couldn't have formed much of a sense about me from what Isa told her. I didn't do anything to embarrass myself with her family, as far as I know, on that first time there, and didn't have the time to do anything that would make her feel good about Isa's decision to marry me, so I can understand how Mama might have felt. There is the concern how her daughter will be treated. There surely is the concern about when they will see her again. There is the dread of day after day not seeing her in person. I am mentioning to you about a Filipino parent's concern, so you at least will appreciate Mama's feelings about this. Papa might have something to say about this too. I thought it would be respectful to ask her father for his permission to marry my wife. It was a wonderful scene when I did, because Isa stepped off to the side and the entire family was on the screen, and the brothers asked me some innocent questions afterwards, and I really liked how it was done. I don't know why they all chose to be there for that, but I was fine with it. Now that I think about it, changing their family dynamic like this is bound to make an impact on their family, and they won't know if it's good or bad until much later. At my wife's mother's 60th birthday celebration, which was part of one of her brother's wedding festivities, I had the opportunity to partake in a traditional short dance with her after I handed her a rose, and it was a touching experience. I thanked her for letting me take good care of her daughter, and that I loved Isa very, very much. Later, I was reminded she probably didn't understand a word I said, but I got caught up in the moment. I hugged her whenever I was there, and was not shy about showing some PDA to her daughter, because it was important to me that she witness me being gentle with her. This is especially important because there's a real fear that foreigners beat Filipinas. Her family worries about this, her friends worry about it, and so does the Filipina until she feels safe. The takeaway here is to put yourself in her parents' shoes and understand that it's serious business when a family member is removed from their daily life. They miss her. She can send back all the money she wants, but she will still be missed, and they will rejoice when they get a chance to see her again. I would suggest being considerate of this and do all you can to be good to her family. They will be yours if you marry her. This is the right thing anyway, but especially considering they won't know you very well, and she will be out of reach. I will put a link in the description box for the video asking my Filipina's father for permission to marry her. With the Philippines, you must try to get along with the Filipina's family more than you would when you see their, your usual in-laws at like Thanksgiving dinner. Get to know all their names, if you can, as many relatives as she has to do with, that she is closest to, and ask your Filipina how they are doing, with specifics. I think she will like that. In the next edition of Straight Talk to Western Men about Filipinas, I will bravely talk about how mandatory it is, at least in my opinion, to support your wife's family. This is the type of thing you should know to be prepared to pursue a Filipina. That is coming soon right here on Love Beyond the Sea.